Dear friends, welcome to my video on Deep Neural Networks Explained. Kindly click on the CC button for subtitles. Let's dive into the world of deep neural networks, DNNs, in a casual and easy to understand way. Imagine deep neural networks as the brainiacs of the artificial intelligence, AI, world. They are complex, sophisticated, and incredibly good at learning from vast amounts of data. What are deep neural networks? Deep neural networks are like the evolved cousins of basic neural networks. In a typical neural network, you have layers of neurons. Think of these as tiny processing units that receive input, like images, text, or sound, do some calculations, and then pass on their output to the next layer. Now, in a deep neural network, you just have a lot more of these layers. This depth allows the network to learn and understand very complex patterns. It's like stacking a bunch of simple learning blocks together to create a super smart system. How do they work? To understand DNNs, think of a kid learning to recognize animals. In the first layer, the kid might learn to recognize basic shapes. The next layer might distinguish features like fur or feathers. Further layers get even more specific, identifying tails, beaks, or paws. By the end, the kid can tell a cat from a bird easily. That's kind of how deep neural networks learn from data. Each layer of a DNN processes the input a bit more. Early layers might detect edges in an image, later layers shapes, and even later layers complex objects like faces or cars. The final layer makes a decision, like identifying the object in a picture. Practical examples of deep neural networks: image recognition. This is a classic. Apps that can tell you what breed a dog is from a photo. That's a DNN at work. It has learned from thousands of dog pictures what different breeds look like. Speech recognition. Ever talk to Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant? They use DNNs to understand your speech. They've been trained on massive datasets of spoken language, so they can comprehend a wide variety of accents and speech patterns. Medical diagnosis. DNNs are getting really good at reading medical images like X-rays or MRIs. They can spot signs of diseases like cancer often as accurately as human radiologists, sometimes even better. Autonomous vehicles. Self-driving cars rely on DNNs to make sense of all the sensory data they receive, like recognizing pedestrians, other vehicles, traffic signs, and so on. It's a complex task, requiring the network to make sense of a constantly changing environment. Language translation. Ever used Google Translate? Deep learning models, including DNNs, are behind its increasingly accurate translations. They learn from millions of documents that have been translated by humans to understand the nuances of language. Conclusion: deep neural networks are a major breakthrough in AI. They can learn and adapt in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. While they require a lot of data and computational power, the results can be astounding. From helping doctors diagnose diseases to powering the AI in your smartphone, DNNs are shaping a future where AI is more integrated into our daily lives. Remember, DNNs aren't just a one-trick pony. They are versatile and continually improving. As we feed them more data and refine their architectures, who knows what they'll be able to do next. Thank you for watching my video. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and